Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder to give you more understanding of those people you might be dealing with in your life and different ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do like any of the information on this channel, please do hit the subscribe button, and thank you to everyone for all your amazing comments. It's really good to know that it's actually helping people. Now, this video is about some common lies that the narcissist might tell you. A narcissist can lie and can do so with so much truth and conviction that most people get sucked in by their endless games and lies. This video is about why they lie and some of the more common lies they tell you to look out for. Most often, a narcissist has actually buried their real selves. If they were born this way or had some trauma in early childhood, psychologists believe that narcissists and sociopaths are made throughout life and possibly past traumatic events or learned behaviour, and psychopaths are born. The narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum, and although they have the same traits, it varies from each narcissist which tactics they will use the most and the severity of the tactics that they use. The main thing with a narcissist is the complete lack of empathy towards others, their inability to be accountable for anything, always blaming others for their own faults. They believe they are entitled and they exploit people to meet a need of their own. Now, good people can tell white lies, but it's usually not to hurt another person's feelings, as we all do make mistakes. Or white lies like if your child wants chocolate and you just blurt out without thinking that you haven't got any money, as they've had enough treats for that day and you've just not got the energy to explain it to them. Narcissists lie purely to meet a need of their own. It's never to protect another person's feelings. It's just to meet a need of their own and to cover up whatever they've done. Often they tell that many lies, they truly believe them as it becomes their own reality. And as they are incapable of reflecting on what they've done in the past, they write their own story in the mind and they stick with that story, so their lies become their truths. Not all narcissists are the grandiose ones. Not all are successful. And those who are not successful will have endless reasons as to why it is someone else's fault. Not all are amazing looking and beautiful because of their own insecurities. They use self-image to feel better about themselves. They lie about achievements to look better than they are. They also believe they are above all those around them. They have little to no self-esteem, so they have to destroy others to try and hide away from their true selves. So they use manipulation and lies to seem like they are better than who they truly are. So common lies they say, do, and why they say them. Have you heard any? Number one, usually during the idealization stage: you're my soulmate. I've never met anyone like you before. Now, people can say these quick and early on, and if they haven't got the traits, they are not a narcissist. Usually, very quickly after meeting a narcissist, the idealization phase, if you've been with a narcissist, you'll know how amazing they are in the beginning. It's not truly them. It's the admiration phase. They are wanting your admiration, and they do admire things in you. Those qualities they admire in you, they mirror you, matching all your likes and dislikes to get all the positive admiration from you. You could say that you've actually fallen in love with the great person that you are. So if you're fresh out and thinking about that start and how much you love them, remember it was your qualities, your hobbies, your dreams, your goals, and start doing those things for yourself again. The best relationship you can have is the one that you have within yourself. They want you to feel special in the beginning because they want something from you. They use flattery, so you fall for them. They don't actually pay you true compliments. Number 2, just to hook you in some more, that I love you, you're the only one from me, I've never met anyone like you. Again, good people say this if they've not got the other traits, if they're not entitled, if they don't exploit people, if they haven't got a trail of crazy exes behind them. You're dealing with someone that possibly just loves you. Narcissistic people do it to manipulate you further. It's always about what you do for them and what you provide them. Where we see a TV as an appliance to watch something, the narcissist sees people as that appliance to gain emotions, to gain admiration, to gain material items. So how you like to buy a new TV, they like to buy a new person with the love bombing stage. Then they will devalue and discard when they believe they've used it up. Number 3, blame shifting, triangulation, guilt trips. They'll say things like, it's because you didn't that I acted that way. My friend's partner lets them do that. If you paid more attention to me, after all I do for you, this is how you repay me. It's not my fault. They came after me and wouldn't leave me alone. I didn't mean to cheat on you. That's if they ever admit to cheating. They do not take responsibility for their own actions unless it's something good. Therefore, they project their faults onto you. As they don't have that cognitive reflection, they cannot look back and see any part they played in their own problems. To them, it truly is always someone else's fault as to why they cannot have their own way or why life isn't working out for them. If you catch them cheating, remember it is their fault for not committing to you, but they will turn it around to why you were to blame. A lot of us do forgive them and try again due to the manipulation and the self-doubt and the narcissist lies that they've used over a prolonged period of time. They will use the triangulation and they will guilt trip to confuse you and to get you to break down your boundaries and conform to their rules and their way of living. Number 4, more guilt trips and blame shifting. You weren't there for me, or you're selfish, you're insecure, to gaslight you. They want attention. They don't want you putting anything or anyone before them. When you do, you may get the sulks, the rage, the silent treatments, the pity plays. Remember to ask yourself, are your values, opinions, boundaries and standards, are they being respected? If you were with a narcissist, did you lose yourself? If you're wondering if the person you are or were with is a narcissist, ask yourself, have you got to keep changing your beliefs and who you are? Have you got to change what you like and what you do to suit them? A relationship is give and take, and sometimes that is 50-50. Sometimes it'll be 10-90 and then back to 90-10 and back to 50-50, depending on what each one is going through at any given time. If you're doing all the giving and they are doing all the taking, it's time to walk away. If you've left, then it's time for no contact or grey rock. Number 5, the pity plays. I'll change. I need you to help me. I'll go to counselling. I'll do whatever it takes. They do this for fear of their true selves coming out to those around them. I do believe it's possible for anyone to change, but from the information I've studied, I've not come across a narcissist who has. This is because they have a disorder and that is who they are. They are unable to empathise or reflect. The problem is, even if they go to counselling to change, it's usually just to keep someone hooked and not because they genuinely see any problem with them themselves and want to change, as they are not accountable. Because to them, it's always someone else's fault. It'll be your fault that they're in counselling. So as soon as they have been seen to do what you wanted them to do to get their needs met, they'll change back, because it's basically just to get what they want from you in that present time. They always revert back to who they truly are. They only do anything if they believe there is something in it for them. So the admiration phase, that is who they are. When they are playing nice and treating you well, that is who they are, because they want the attention. They want that admiration from you. And, excuse me. And the jealous, envious face, when they're devaluing you and discarding you and treating you so badly, that's also who they are. If you want that admiration face when they play nice, then you have to put up with that envious face. And it is really not worth it, because it just sinks you further and further under. And they do have a disorder. It is who they are. So I do believe that with the right methods, they might be able to learn how to control it. But they've got to have something, a serious effect, to make them want to learn how to control it and want to recognise it. And most often, even if they do in a moment, as soon as that needs met, they revert back to who they are anyway. So you're best off just leaving them to it. You cannot help them. Number 6, gaslighting. I promise, I never said that. You're hearing things. You're too sensitive. You're crazy. You're insecure. I told you last week when they didn't. This has got to be one of their favourites, from staying faithful to paying bills, taking you out to cutting the grass, to saying they'll pay you back for something. Then when you ask why they haven't, they will turn it on to you. They will cause an argument, leaving you to feel confused and full of self-doubt. They will cause an argument and blame it all on you to get out of doing something. They may take it out on you. It's only if they fear they are losing you and haven't got a replacement that they will do anything for you. And they only do things for others if there's something in it for themselves. They only do things to use people, not to genuinely help people. Number 7, don't worry about anything. Not all narcissistic people say this, but a lot do. The narcissist believes they are above everyone else, including the police, the court, and the law. They will always use someone else as a scapegoat. They will make plenty of messes in all areas of their life, and they will expect you to clean up after them, as in their eyes, they believe it's your fault. Number 8, the superiority. I'm so intelligent. I've achieved so much. I'm better than you. You're not worth anything. You'll never find anyone like me. You'll not be able to survive without me. They want everyone around them to look up and respect them. The more you get to know them, or did know them, the more you realise most of what they said they had achieved is either lies or extremely exaggerated. The narcissist lie, manipulates and projects because they don't have that cognitive reflection skill to look back at things they have done. They write a story in their mind and they stick to that story. Most often they have little to no self-esteem within themselves. They have to show themselves and all those around them that they are superior, that they are in control. They have to put others down to raise themselves up. It's like there is hurt people that go out there and help people. Then there is hurt people that go out there and destroy people, which is exactly what narcissistic people try to do. Most often they do get you to a point of being really, really low, but the game isn't over. The game is over when you say no more to their games and leave them be, whether it be your parent, your boss, friends, relatives. When you say no more to their games and start focusing on yourself and living your life for you to find your happiness and your true strength, they do take you apart bit by bit. But the thing about hitting rock bottom is you get to climb your way all the way back up to the top for a greater view of the world, lots of life lessons along the way to create a better you. Most narcissistic people cannot be alone. They are extremely jealous and envious of others. Therefore, they will invalidate people to place self-doubt in people's beliefs of their own abilities, in those around them, purely so that they can stay on top. Narcissists can talk a great talk, but they do not walk the walk. So make sure people's actions truly match their words. Remember that you are amazing and you can have a wonderful, happy life full of joy. We all have down days. We all have moments. We all have things happen to us. Excuse me. But without all those lies and negative vibes, life does become so much easier and you do become so much freer. Now, it is a learning curve. It is baby steps all the way. And one of the things most people find, because a narcissist will not give you closure. So you give yourself that closure by firstly learning who they are and what they do, so that you know who that they truly are, because they've fed you lies about who they are. And then secondly, learning about yourself, who you are, learning your boundaries, learning your beliefs, learning your values, learning new routines, creating new dreams for yourself, and then taking the steps to get out there and achieve those. You've got to, even if you don't know what you want, it's like your Satnav. If you don't know where you're going, it's not going to direct you to where you need to be. And you might not know the way there, but if you know where you're going, you can type in where you're going and you will start the car up and you will find your way there. So thinking about where you'd like to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and having that thought within your mind, knowing why you want to be there, knowing what you want from your life, and then just taking the steps. You don't need to know everything you're going to do within that time scale to get yourself to that point. It's about taking the steps one by one as you get there. And sometimes when it can seem quite a distance off, just stop and reflect on how far you have actually come, how much you have achieved, so that you go again. Because life is hard and life does knock us down, but whenever you get knocked down, keep getting back up and keep going, because the great days do come. The happy days do come. You have something great within you. You are strong, you are powerful, you are wise. The past does not define your future. The past is in the past. Learn from it, gain clarity from it, grow from it, learn who you want to be. You can find your true happiness again. You can find your joy again. You can find a life that works for you and not against you. You have the capabilities and you do have the power to do this for yourself. You can live such a wonderful life. It's all about taking those baby steps to get yourself there. Whatever that life is for you, whoever you want to be, do it for you. Thank you for listening. Bye.